I mean, I made this point when it came to Disney, how our governor is a job-killing moron, and this is more of the same. But the reality is that many Floridians just don't realize it even happened until after the bill was passed. And that's because Governor DeSantis is on a chaos tour. He pushed many bad bills this session, dividing and conquering, if you will, resources and the ability to get out information to the public.
Ron DeSantis just got ripped by Florida State Representative Eskamani for a draconian new immigration law. The law, which will take effect in July, requires businesses with 25 or more employees to check new workers' immigration status. It's inspired protests across the state.
I mean, let's look at the facts. 1 in 4 of Florida's 2 million frontline workers are immigrants. And as you mentioned, this includes industries that are essential to our economy, whether it's child and social services, public transportation, trucking, warehouses, retail, of course, construction, agriculture. And agriculture in particular is one of our largest industries in Florida, generating over $7 billion in state revenue each year. These are also areas of work that citizens typically don't want to do. We need to show that economic pain and how this really is not just a commitment to the American dream of democracy and welcoming the immigrant, but of course also highlighting the essential role that immigrants play in Florida's economy. And so my hope is that for Republicans who didn't feel the heat before, now they do. And they'll understand why this bill should be repealed, and going into next legislative session and then the campaign season, they'll have a much better perspective on why these policies are dangerous for Florida and why so many people oppose them.
Last year, Eskamani was vocal about DeSantis' redistricting map, which disproportionately harmed Black representation in the state legislature.
We are in the Florida House now taking a stand against what are unconstitutional maps brought forth by the governor to erase minority access. These are maps that cut the Black representation in our congressional seats in half. These are maps that are drawn by the governor's office in an effort to essentially gerrymander the state and lock into control Republican dominance for the next 10 years and more. We are taking a stance against this. We are standing shoulder to shoulder with members of the Black Democratic Caucus who have called for this act to stop, who have called for the old maps to be brought back, and to ensure that we are not leading backwards in time, that we're moving forward and embracing diversity, not completely erasing it. We were told on the House floor that we could not even bring up historical significance to Jim Crow era. We were told that we couldn't bring up issues that would impugn our colleagues and make them look like they were associated with racist leaders of American history, when the maps that they are pursuing right now are clearly pursuing a dark past we're trying to move away from.